Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sponsorship Talk with Roberta Vigilance. Today's guest is Miss Faye Horton. Faye, I'll let her introduce herself. She'll tell you what she does, and we are going to find out what event she has sponsored and why she chose to sponsor that event. Faye, welcome to Sponsorship Talk with Roberta Vigilance.
Thank you so much, Roberta, for having me. I appreciate your invite. This is quite different for me. Generally, I am not usually a sponsor, but I have most recently sponsored an event. To tell you a little bit about me and let your audience know who I am, I live in Central Florida. I've been in the insurance space for more than 20 years. I actually am a Medicare insurance specialist and a sales strategist. So at this point in my career, I am helping other insurance professionals who wish to build a business to actually build their businesses. And that brings me to how did I come to sponsor the event that I did? The event that I did sponsor, for the audience attending, I'm going to say 85 to 90% of them were life insurance or financial, in the financial world, like CPAs or a few were in real estate. None of them, or maybe only less than 5% of the audience was actually in Medicare sales. But by being in the finance arena, either through accounting or life insurance, I knew that these were women, and this was an all-female event. These were women who were passionate about what they did. They knew business because they were in business already. And they were licensed, because to do the business that I do, you need to be licensed in your resident state at least. So knowing that part of that battle was done, my thought was, by sponsoring the event and being there to engage and actually network with women who actually wanted to grow or scale their businesses or add to their portfolio, Medicare would be an obvious choice. And it would give me an opportunity to actually meet them. So it's all about, when you're sponsoring, I believe it should all be about, where do you want to spend your marketing dollars? And if you're looking for prospects, the prospects are going to become your clients. So you want to look for people who are going to fit what you need to actually become a client. So I can start with people who are not licensed and train them from absolutely ground sub-zero to become licensed and start their business, and teach them and train them how to work their business, and help them to take a 3-digit monthly commission per sale and build that into 4 or 5 digits. And that 4 or 5 monthly income becomes then a 6-figure annual income. I can do that. Why start from sub-zero all the time? So that was my reasoning for actually going to this group to be a sponsor, because I was among people who were already at a step above that, or a few steps above that. And in that, they were already licensed, they already had businesses. So now we're just adding a product to their portfolio. And it was just another easier piece for us to work together.
It sounds like it was a no-brainer. You saw the opportunity. You said, yes, this makes sense. It aligned with my goals. let me approve this sponsorship. Obviously, you had the funding or the resource to fund that event. How did you measure the success? How did you quantify your cost? Whether it's a 3-figure, 4-figure, whatever that is or more, you paid to become a sponsor. How did you measure the return? Did you break even? Did you make 3 times more? Or is it more so a long-term building the relationship and then converting those prospects into your clients to achieve your ultimate goal?
It's more of a relationship building. So there's no cash exchanged initially. This is a kind of business that even when we're dealing with individual consumers, not particularly the agents themselves or the professionals, when we're working with the consumers, it's not an immediate cash. It's not like a retail sale where you sell something and in exchange they get a product and that's it. Everybody's happy. It's win-win right then. This is not the case. It's more relationship building. So for me, the way I had already thought about looking at the rate of return was the same way that I look at it if I'm doing an event for at a senior center or a provider's office or something like that, where I'm actually preparing and doing all of the presentations and then following up with the people to actually close sales. I thought of this as being an opportunity to meet personally the people, the professionals who may be interested in adding Medicare as a piece to their portfolio, and then following up with them and talking and finding out where they are, what they do, what will work best for them, how could they incorporate another product into their portfolio. So it is a long-term kind of relationship building. And my expectation is, and this was the real key to making the decision, if there was only one individual, however, I would not shoot for just one, but if only one person decided that they were going to work with me, or if they did not need to work with me, they had other resources that they could use to build their business, then the other option would be for me to offer them a coaching package. So the coaching package then could help them to go on and do whatever they're doing, and as well as help them in the business that they currently have. So I have an alternative backup offer other than working directly with me. And if one person does either or, it would more than cover the cost of the financial cost of the sponsorship and the cost of the time that I spent that day with them.
Interesting. As a sponsor, you are also looking at your time investment, and that's different. My first time actually hearing such a thing. So you're bringing something new to the listeners and to myself.
Time is money.
Yeah, that is true. That is true in business. So let me ask, what is next? Do you see yourself sponsoring that event again if they were to have it, or similar types of events?
I would, because it was a special niche. It was more of a boutique niche of people. It was not like a room of 1,000 people. So it made it easier. There were less than 100 people. So it made it much easier for me to connect with people, to exchange information, to learn more about them, to ask and to interact. So in a boutique situation like that, yes, I would do it again because I know what the return for me could be. And I know that in that situation, I am able to bring value, a lot of value to the entrepreneur as well.
Nice. And I am going to ask you a bonus question, which is when it comes to the activation, what's your favorite? Would you like, for example, to see your name on the flyers or on banners or the website? Like, what's your favorite type of way that a property, a sponsorship seeker can show how you are associated with their event as a sponsor?
Actually, that was another thing that this sponsor did. There were social media posts that included my picture, my logo, my information as a sponsor. And so the social media posts I felt was more important because more people would see it, even though I was also on the materials that were given out at the event, but only the people at the event would see that. But with the social media post, that was something that not only more people would see, but I would be able to share it to others as well.
Yeah, I agree. Being on social media in front of your target audience, it is a great asset to have, and it's content that lives on forever. It stays. You never know. It could be a year later, someone finds you and say, "Hey, I seen you," and you can get a client that way, or they can actually just share it the same day or the following day. You don't know how far that activation has reached. So.
Right.
Well, I thank you. How can people get in contact with you?
Actually, my website is my name, FayeSaxonHorton.com. I have a Facebook group, which is mainly Medicare professionals, and that's I Sell Medicare Plans. But FayeSaxonHorton.com is my website. My contact information, my email, my telephone number is there. It's 407-340-6282. 407-340-6282.
Faye, thank you so much for being a guest on Sponsorship Talk with Roberta Vigilance. We truly appreciate you dropping some jewels. And to my audience, thank you for tuning in, and please continue to tune in. Thanks.